And even if you were to have like a prompt of 10 different things, right? Like say if you had one prompt of like, oh, like here's 10 different personality traits, here's 10 different superpowers, here's 10 different drawbacks.
I like coming up with random list of powers and then just see what I come up with.
Imagine rolling just those things every single time. It's always going to vary. The possibility of that happening is, again, like a 1 in 10 chance, but it's like, it shows that there's an infinite
There's always something else cool right around the corner that we can come up with, because there's no end to the prompts. There's no end to what we can roll up.
We're going to be officially rolling for superpowers. This is usually the make or break.
Roll for Hero!
Ayo, and hello everyone, and welcome to Roll for Hero, a segment of our channels in which we let the dice dictate what on God's green earth we will be drawing for today. It is me, your ever weird and ever loving and cracked out Uncle E, and of course at the very bottom we have, you know him, you love him, claimed to be the world's sexiest man of all time, our big bearded, bald-headed, beautiful co-star, Mr. Fish.
What is up, everybody? Glad to be here. Excited to be here. Excited to have longtime viewer, first-time guest, Dadpool on the show. Yes, that's true, Dragon Gaming. It's true, Jordan. You can actually make the hop from the comments onto the show. There's an actual link in the description that you can click and schedule an appointment to come hang out and draw awesome stuff with us. What is up, Ghost Art Comics? Glad to see you. How are you doing, Dadpool? Good to see you, man.
Doing great. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to be here.
What is up, Bill
motivated
Trumbo?
me to bust out the digital art a little bit.
Oh yeah, man. The digital is fun. And I'm excited to talk about some of the stuff that we talked about earlier, because like I forget, because I do this all day. Sometimes I forget there's lots of little things that everybody doesn't know how to do, like change the settings on your pen and stuff to make the drawing easier. We'd love to have you. Go Start Comics, man. Sign up. There's a link in the description. It'll take you right there where you can schedule a time to come hang out with us.
It was super easy.
Oh yeah. And
this is going to be a blast and a half. Again, if you guys want to schedule an appointment with us, your two weird unks, make sure to click the links down below to partake in a Roll for Hero session with your Uncle E and Uncle Fish.
Alrighty. And speaking of Roll for Hero and all the awesome stuff that we got going on there, there's also the Roll for Hero Handbook Kickstarter is going to be launching Monday. So if you want to get in on that, you can go to gomrfish.com, sign up for the pre-launch page so you'll be notified when it goes live. I was going to do a great big live stream that morning and launch it live on the show. And then I got an appointment at the doctor, and I got to go see the doctor because I hurt myself really bad drawing comics. So I got to go. So I'm probably just going to be clicking launch and letting it up go in the Monday morning. So be ready. Sign up to be notified. You'll know when it goes live, and sign up, because not only are we going to be getting the Roll for Hero Handbook, and you can get the new revised version that we're doing with all the extra tables and fixes that we've been learning about through playtesting it. You can get it digitally if you want. You can get it physically. And we're also going to be making a mini comic together, which is going to be awesome. We are going to roll up the characters. We are going to come up with the worlds and the setting. We are going to do everything from create the characters to write the script, to lay out the pages, to letter the pages, pencil them, ink them, putting the whole thing together, the whole layout and pagination to make sure that the book comes out right. We're going to be printing them ourselves. We're going to be stapling and binding them, trimming the final books, shipping, the whole 9 yards, soup to nuts. So if you've ever wanted to make a comic, this is going to be a really cool way to get to hang out, ask all the questions you want while we do it live in front of you. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a great opportunity to take part in it. If you've ever just wanted to work on a comic and be able to say, hey, I helped come up with this. I helped name that dude. I helped come up with an awesome name like Deceptiles, like Dadpool can say. Then you could join in and do that and be a part of this comic. It's going to be awesome.
And I mean, it's not every day that anyone gets to say that they had their input in being an impact in a creative process per se. You know, unless you know a creator that's making a comic outside of us, like if you have a personal friend, it's a different set of circumstances. This is where it's going to be, you know, again, we're gonna roll up the carrots. We're gonna come up with everything. Mr. Fish just said it all. I'm just gonna be heavily emphasizing it and putting it with a nice tone voice for marketing purposes. Only you can click the link down to the description below to be a part of the Roll for Hero, you know, handbook creation process. If you want to partake in creating an entire comic book from beginning to end, from the creation of the characters to the finalization of creating the full-blown zine, please click the link in the description down below. Wait till the Kickstarter begins because it is going to be a blast and a half and then some. I'm going to be super excited for this because little did I know that when I started this show, I wasn't expecting any of this to happen. And yet, some dude from Arkansas was like, I like this weird Florida Rican kid. Let's do it. And now we're here.
We can make it happen, Captain. Yep. And here I was sitting here by myself wishing I could find somebody that wanted to do the exact same show with me. And little did I know I was going to find a dude that wanted to do the same thing. And we could
what I think we should do? I think we should make, this is just my personal opinion that nobody asked for. I think we should make some custom Roll for Hero t-shirts that obviously have like the logo of like, you know, my rendition of it over here, like with the D20 and then yours with the D4. Like, I think that would be really, really cool to have like t-shirts of that. What do you think, Dad? What do you think, Dadpool? I mean, we've been yapping this entire time and you're here and it's like, come on.
I would definitely wear that t-shirt, much like my Dadpool t-shirt. I would love to represent. Also, that episode is probably going to be the best one to date. It's got to be. I can't imagine a better episode. It's going to be hard to keep up that level.
You just inspired me, Esteban. Now I have to put a new tier in the campaign that has everything, including like the handbook and the mini comic and the set of dice that you can get to go with it, and the sketch pad that I'm working on right now, which is going to be about this size, that's going to have places where you can draw out your characters over like loose body shapes and write down all the things that you rolled up for your characters, and it's going to have action poses and stuff in it. So now not only with all that can you get, now we got to do a tier that's going to have a t-shirt too, because that's too good of an idea not to use. So we absolutely have to do that.
Oh,
that is
sure.
That's more work to do now, but that's what
I mean. It's gonna yield results. I mean, again, I love this show so freaking much. You have no idea how much it pained me during the time that I had to hold on to 2 jobs because I knew I was missing out on such fun opportunities. And now there's an opportunity of a lifetime. And Dadpool, I am so glad that you were able to book up an appointment with your 2 weird uncles here. And I think it's about time that we're done yipping, yapping, chitting, chatting. So grab your dice, grab some variation of a drawing utensil and the ability to draw on a surface, whatever that may be. And I believe it is time for us to roll a hero.
Absolutely. I'm going to pull this up, and I am going to change our format for just a second so I can try and biggen this so the people at home can see. Now, this is going to be changed to the alignment table, but it's not changed on this PDF right now. So we're going to roll up our alignment with 1d6. And
Dadpool, I think you should do the honors to start. You know, do you have dice on hand? By the way, I didn't even ask.
Oh yeah, I got lots of dice on hand. In fact, I'm gonna go with this really pretty one that has like gold inside. A gold leaf die. Drop it into the. I got 1.
You got a hideously evil man. All right,
that is a good. That's what I got too.
Oops.
All right, hold on. My turn to roll. And I got to make like the plastic brick and Lego. Bad puns. Bad puns. And I got literally the total opposite of all of y'all. I got a 6, a truly heroic hero.
All right.
Truly heroic.
Now our motivation. Another 1d6.
What is happening right now?
All right. The motivation, the reason as to why we go about fighting crime or causing crimes in some people's cases. Nice. Oh, of course, I'm a truly heroic prophecy.
I got 3, haunted past.
Ooh.
See, now that's even more interesting to me for a villain. Like, you know, a haunted past driving you to the it's interesting for a hero. I like it so much more for a villain. That makes it
Yeah, I
juicy.
don't think I've got it on any of the villains I've rolled.
I
So
got a
this
hideously evil glory seeker. Watch me end up rolling Skeletor. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up rolling up Skeletor without meaning to.
I made one the other day that was it wasn't hideously evil, but it was evil, and he was a glory seeker. So I named him Conflict, and he goes around trying to basically dominate the world with a power/weapon that it really isn't strong enough to do that.
Okay,
He's
but I'm
trying
sorry.
for the fun of it.
Dadpool, I'm telling you, you're hitting it with the names because I would have never thought to utilize conflict as
Yeah.
a villain name because that sounds like that is the most like unique and the most coolest. I don't care if that sounds grammatically incorrect or not. I'm illiterate. It's fine. That is the most coolest name.
It's an awesome name for a
It
villain.
is. It's a very
And I'm
awesome name for a
thinking,
villain.
what a cool acronym that would make for like a strike force if you could come up with something that would fit it, like,
Like
cybernetic operatives, blah, 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 whatever.
I could do
Like,
something like that. I could
remember-
come up with it for sure.
And speaking of acronyms, I remembered I tried coming up with like my rendition of SHIELD, and I call it the Agents of Spider, the superpowered individual diverse enforcement rangers is what I call them. That was as good as I was ever going to get with that concept there. But outside of that, we got to roll for the origins. So, of course, I have a truly heroic prophet seeker. Why am I on this path of heroic prophet seeking? I got Evelyn, and that is...
I got 15.
Got a team
15 is next page. You are sent to defend Earth. You are an alien with the powers of.
Okay.
And then somewhere along the line, you broke bad.
Yes, I did.
All right. And
Wait.
my family carries a curse.
I'm having a hard time with my tablet.
I discovered an ancient relic that gave me my powers.
Much like, oh man, what is it? Golden Girl and, what's the name? Kevin Garcia is doing it. It's his new Kickstarter. It's only got
I know
like
what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
day or two left, and they're the same thing. They found these golden artifacts from Mesoamerica.
Hold on a
caves.
second. So for those that tend to follow me for the public domain stuff, I will say if you're in the vibes for anything public domain adjacent, if you want to see somebody utilize public domain characters in their very own unique way, go support Kevin Garcia and all of the stuff that he has done, because he has made some very, very unique forms. He's a writer. He primarily writes it. He, outsources most of his art to, other individuals. Fantastic artists, by the way. I think he's did World War comics. They're on Indie Planet too, so I have no excuses to not get them. I am going to apprehend them when I have the chance. But also, he's doing one on Golden Girl, and I forgot the other character's name. But essentially, they're public domain characters that he's reimagining for a more like spooky, heroic kind of vibe. If I'm incorrect, I don't know. He's taking it.
If you're incorrect.
Hey, I will admit when I'm wrong. I'm married, so it is what it is there.
Well, you got a good start then, because that's probably the hardest lesson to learn.
Oh, trust me, I've been in a relationship for 3 years.
Night Axe and Golden Girl. That's what
Night
it
Axe
is.
and Golden Girl. So if you guys like public domain stuff and you want to see how someone creatively reinterprets these characters, please go support Kevin Garcia and all of his works. Again, fantastic art, good storytelling all around. You can't go wrong with that.
And he took these two characters that were two white kids that got their powers from Mesoamerican artifacts before and became superpowered characters in the Golden Age, and has now used actual like horror stories and stuff to create these characters, and they fight all kinds of monsters and stuff. And you can get this awesome cover that your Uncle Fishy did that has the crazy old version of them and the awesome new versions of them. It's a really cool story. Night Axe and Golden Girl. You need to go check it out. and there is only a little bit of time left on it. Let me see how much time's left. I had to waste all that time logging into my account again. There's 6 days to go. Night Axe and Golden Girl. Go check it out. Now, back to your regularly scheduled Roll for Hero. I'd love to work with you guys working on my first comic book, and I know y'all have a wealth of knowledge that I need to sponge in. Dude, you need to come hang out with us behind the scenes while we're doing this comic book. Little as $5 for the digital comic will get you in on all of the live streams. You can hang out, ask all your questions, see how we do everything. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Are those streams going to also be private, meaning that they're not going to be...
They're going to be unlisted. So you're not going to be able to just find them. But if you back the campaign, I'm going to message you through Kickstarter all the links for the week to all of the shows. And there's going to be one in the morning, a regular afternoon one on Wednesday, and then one like Friday nights. So depending on what your work schedule is, there's always a time you can come hang out. And it's going to be good fun.
Click the link in the description down below to be a part of the exclusive club to basically be a part of the comic creation process for the Roll for Hero Handbook. We need you to support indie artists. Now, anyways, we need to roll up our power sets because we've been yipping and yapping. Dadpool, how are you feeling so far? You think you got some pretty cool ideas conjuring up in there?
Not quite, not conceptually, just background-wise. He's got 2 minor powers, so I feel like he's going to be very similar to my other characters that are just, they want to be bad, but they're not good at it.
they just suck at being a villain.
Yeah, they get caught always.
Like Team Rocket blasting off again.
I got 1 major and 1 minor power.
Yeah, I got a skill and 2 minor powers.
Hey, don't deny those skills. Those skills will be very beneficial whether you like it or not. All right, I need to do 2.
Hey, Batman's all skill, baby.
This is
That's
true.
Right.
Got numero 6, 1 skill and 1 major power.
All righty.
All right.
So for skills, that is 3d6.
3d6. 7.
Master of Disguise. Here's a practice that taught you to quickly obscure your looks, whether it's with a quick change of clothes or complicated makeups.
I'm telling you, that one always tends to get annoying because that's the kind that you would really need to, like, if you were to draw that character out, you would have to kind of draw them doing that kind of action. And
yeah, that's going to be tough.
Because a lot of powers...
But not necessarily, because, like, I think Master of Disguise would also qualify for, like, Green Goblin, who had this amazing rubber green mask that made him look like a goblin that he could pull off and be a regular dude. Darkman would be a Master of Disguise where he could pull off his face and look like anybody. Zartan. Like, there's ways that you could apply it without having to show them, like, you know, sitting at a makeup table per se. I always loved the pull off the rubber mask from the top of the head thing. Okay, let's see. What were your skills you got, Esteban? What'd you roll?
I got expert in high/alien technology. Ooh. Laser guns, pulse rifles, disintegration rays are all within your expertise to use, maintain, and repair. And now we're going to go to the major powers.
Major powers. Now we need 6d6.
If that's not a hero name by now, it should be.
Major, you know what? Dadpool, see what I'm doing here? See what I'm doing here? I'm pointing. A really good point. And that's exactly what you got. Is that a horrible joke or a pun? Potentially. But hey, it's on brand.
There's no such thing as a horrible pun.
Bad timing. All right, we got 66 on the major. Now we're gonna go a little all out. So we got 2. All right. Not you.
No!
All right, I did that all individually because I just love the sound of my dice tower. 4, 8, 12. See, Dadpool gets it.
I tried to drop them all at once, but it just wouldn't go.
I have another. Okay, I've been getting Alter Body a lot recently with a lot of characters that I have been
I
getting.
have been too.
All right, I'm gonna go for a reroll because we can do this. We can do that. In the Roll for Hero Handbook, you don't have to restrict yourselves to that, but it's always fun to challenge yourself. Now, the thing is, I'm gonna hold on to Alter Body just in case, because hey, there's no set rules other than to paint with what you got.
What is that? Why is it
15 or on. You know what? I'm 10, 15. Wait, am I going crazy? Yes, I am. Ooh. Okay. This could be interesting. Okay. My major power being mind control.
There you go.
Ooh, that's fun. Did you get a villain too?
No,
he got a hero.
I got a truly heroic profit-seeking hero. With mind control powers and being in high tech. So this is already a very contradictory type of hero.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
But then again, sometimes you wait, sometimes you don't.
24. Mind power, I got 24.
Dragon Gaming says, there's a major force in DC.
Okay, so for my first minor, I got echolocation. Mm, 12, 14, 15, 18. And then photographic reflexes.
Ooh. Think like Taskmaster, being able to copy everyone's abilities just by merely looking at them or having to experience a fight firsthand. That is always a really cool
I'm having
one
so many issues with my screen for some reason all of a sudden.
All right, so you got yourself your powers there, Dadpool?
Yes.
All right.
Now I'm going to go on to the modifier table. Roll 2d6 to see just what monkey wrench we're throwing into these works.
Should we call this table the monkey wrench, or should we call it the modifier?
Yes. Everyone loves that name.
Poison.
Powers are killing. All right.
I think I can speak for the whole chat and when I say monkey wrench should be the name in the book.
We are literally hearing it from the
horse's
members
mouth.
of the chat.
Come to life. Actual 3-dimension. Bill says I got an evil character with doing this out of a sense of responsibility. See, that's an interesting motivation right there. An alien stranded on Earth that has 2 major powers: control of gravity and shapeshift.
That's like a different rendition. That's like a different rendition of Silver Surfer, if you think about it. Being stranded, being left on Earth, no longer being able to traverse the galaxy or something like that.
And then he has the modifier of power coming from his suit, which could absolutely be Silver Surfer, like being given the power cosmic and having this new body, like that could be. You could do it in that way if you wanted to.
Oh, for sure. Also, Silver Surfer is one of my favorite, unique trivia things to realize about when Jack Kirby made him, because he based him off of an angel or a fallen angel from the Bible, which I thought was really interesting. Because, again, he is such a hardcore Bible nut. Anyways, let me see. My turn to get my modifier. Numero ocho, and that is O. You know what? This is interesting. I also got poison.
Yep. I have to roll an animal.
Sorry, I have to pull up this again because it's acting not so great.
So, Fish, I think since we are hearing it from one of the members of our chat, as well as hearing it in the chat, we have to call the modifier table the monkey wrench table.
Yeah, I think we do.
We have to. It is by law now. We have heard it from the chat. We have heard it from said member who is currently with us, drawing his character, who was once in the chat, now joining us. So it has to be canon. We can't do anything about that. I mean, we could, but that would make us jerks.
Oh.
I had to start from scratch writing my stuff down because
that means you're gonna have a better connection with the creation process when you think about it. When you actually write something down, it really does something to your brain when you really think about it. You know, it's like really taking that initiative. So that's actually the reason why. For those that may or may not know, actually, for most of you guys probably don't know, but outside of the Grub, I started officially since it took me 12 years to collectively get this character together for my main character Power Core, and I'm now officially writing his first issue proper. I mean, this is a character I had for like a very, very long time, and I actually wrote down the script and even doodled out some thumbnails for the pages. So, you know, when you write something down, it really has more of a it really cements itself in your brain a bit more because you're making it part of your process. You know, typing is one thing, but actually having to write it, that's important. You know, I was always told that as a kid, make sure to write it down, make sure to write it down. And I'm like, nah, it's okay. I got it all in my head. I was wrong. Don't do that. If you have an idea, please make sure to write it down because you'll never know when you're going to want to go back to that.
Okay. We lost your screen, Dadpool.
Yeah, sorry. I had to close it out and open it back.
Oh, okay.
Which means I have to rewrite everything because I lost everything I wrote.
Oh no. Yeah, see, we got Dragon Gaming. We got Bill Treadwell even saying we have to call it the monkey wrench modifier table. Or would it be known as the monkey modifier? No. No, it's
the monkey modifier.
Monkey modifier.
Modify your monkey.
I didn't know I had a monkey to modify.
Your banana intake.
Potassium. All right, a truly heroic prophet seeker. And he got okay. We also need to create an ancient. We need to create an ancient relic table as well. So then that way it'd be like, is it a bracelet? Is it a necklace? Is it, you know, some type of mask? Is it a hat, a crown, something like that? That would be very.
Is it a hat?
Is it a hat?
The straw hat of power.
Hey, we are not going to deny Straw Hat Luffy.
Big sun hat. With a ribbon. Once you tie this ribbon around your chin, you will become the most powerful man in the universe.
Hey, it could happen. I mean, listen, if there's a guy who can make Fantastic or Mr. Fantastic as the king of the pirates, I don't know what else to say. It's there.
Wonderful powers were bestowed on me the day I was playing around in my mother's closet and put her sun hat upon my head. And said,
that's already a good idea.
Pretty.
I'm a very pretty boy. Now I have the powers of God. No.
All right. Killer whale.
Okay, how would I go about this? An ancient relic giving me powers, but this relic is also killing me in the process.
I got body weapons, and then the animal is a killer whale. So, like, what body weapons is that other than blubber and teeth?
I mean, funnily enough, I actually have a character like that.
A blowhole could be like a cannon.
Actually, if it's a body weapon, you can do their tail because those guys chuck, like, killer whales, like, yeet. They chuck up seals, like, in the air just to kill them so that they can eat them.
Do they use their tails for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they'll use the whole body.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Catapult.
I mean, their jaws are one whole thing. Their blowhole might be another.
I've started every time I get an alien now, because I don't really know what direction to go, I just roll animal and element, and that becomes the alien species.
See? Look at that. Dadpool already creatively using the handbook in a way that we didn't even use it this entire time. How dare you, sir? How dare you do better than us? I see how you're functioning. I see how you're functioning. You think you're better than me, and you're probably right.
You're
I don't
only
know about
saying that
that.
because it's true.
We have a running joke at our house about how I'm the most humble person, and I always say I'm too humble to say that.
I'm the most humble in the world. Ask anybody. Everyone will tell you. I'm
Everyone
humble
will
as
say.
hell.
Okay,
They
so
all say.
what up,
Oh
everyone?
man, what's up, Cedric?
Hey, Eddie. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
That doesn't look like a killer whale. That looks like a Pokemon.
A really, really tired and
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
That does look very Pokemon style.
Gosh.
Okay.
How
I
do
have to
you-
roll all my dice. Loud dice noises. Oops.
Is that a Sauron tower?
It is. I made
Okay.
it for my wife. It's her dice tower.
My
He
lord.
made it.
See, this is
That's
the
not
cost I'll
Lego
have to
dice
that, and I
tower.
custom made my whole thing.
But he's got the 3D printer
Well-
as well.
Yeah, that's I 3D printed it, then painted it. This actually was the eye from the Sword of Omens,
Oh yeah?
and she
cool.
painted it as the Eye of Sauron.
Okay. Okay.
Fire.
Thinking about it. See, this is the hard part because I got some really contradictive things here. I got a truly heroic prophet seeker who has mind control
Stag beetle.
and is has a skill in high tech. So I think, probably story wise, if I had to do something for this character, it could be like the standard Hal Jordan effect.
You guys.
I like the idea that maybe his powers are killing him. So this is interesting. Or modify. Okay, no.
What does a stag beetle look like?
I believe those are like Japanese horn beetles, if I'm incorrect.
They've got the big horns on them.
Funnily enough, I was actually thinking about
HERO?
whenever I decide to like further the story for the grub, I can't tell if I wanted to like make him like evolve, because grubs are basically like caterpillar stages for beetles, and I couldn't tell if I wanted to make him from grub to stag.
That would actually be a super sick, like,
Yeah, they got like the real
ability or something.
And then maybe like the grub could be the sidekick like later down the road. So like the stag is like the Batman / Spider-Man combined thing, and then the grub is essentially like like the Robin sidekick concept.
You could have it be like a transformation thing, like Hulk style. Like grub is his normal hero form, but when he's pushed too far, he goes full stag beetle transformation. That'd be sick.
You got some ideas there. You're dangerous to keep around now. You're too dangerous to keep around there, Dadpool.
Because the dogs are freaking out.
Yeah, the dogs are freaking out. That's such a good idea.
Stag.
Okay.
I kind of like the idea of a stag beetle because it kind of looks like, I got this idea of it being kind of like devil horns. I think that'll actually look pretty cool.
Or, Common Rider. It's always, they tend to use a lot of beetle inspirations for their concepts. I mean, heck, their very first superhero was based off of a grasshopper, if I'm incorrect. Okay, now the question is, what's the relic?
My dog's barking. Sorry about that.
Hey, dogs are going to bark. Fish, I believe you're muted.
Yeah, I am 100% because my dogs were barking, so I muted myself.
Okay.
Oh, same issue.
See, I don't have that issue now because at some point this woman's going to still try to convince me that we need a dog.
Yes, we need a dog.
Financially, not the best situation, son.
I want a pit bull or Rottweiler.
That's what I have, a Rottweiler. Do you want this one? I'll send it your way.
Hold it, Dadpool, hold
I'll
it.
tell
We
you
can't
what,
afford
gee.
one.
What's up, Eddie Von B? I hope you've signed up for the pre-launch page at GoMrFish.com for the Roll for Hero handbook. Dogs are gonna bark.
Dogs are gonna bark. That should be on a t-shirt. Hey, it probably is
available on Roll for Hero Kickstarter. Dog's gonna be dogging.
Let them dogs bark, and turns out we're just gonna have a cartoon image of feet, and everyone's gonna somehow get it and not get it at the same time.
I used to always say, man, can you hear that? What? You don't hear that? No, what? My dogs are barking.
Okay. Oh, he's truly heroic and a profit seeker. You know what? I'm gonna try. Because I can see this more like as a well-meaning Doc Savage kind of character. You know, except he's not in peak human condition because his powers are slowly killing him. You know, because he's already like a wealthy.
Up for the pre-launch the day you announced it because Eddie Von B is the man. That's why.
Let's go, Eddie. Sign up now for the Roll for Hero Handbook Kickstarter so that way you can get into some of the most exclusive streams and be a part of the comic making process. Have your input in how a story is going to turn out. It'll either go chaotically insane or chaotically insane.
I was talking to my buddy Ralph on his show the other night, and he was like, man, this is such a great idea. I don't know why nobody's done this before. And I was like, yeah, I think it's either going to be amazing or it's going to be an absolute catastrophe, and I'm going to realize why nobody else does this. But, you know, for now, we're going to give it a shot, and we're going to see what happens.
We're going to play into the delusions.
I think for anybody who's ever wanted to make comics or anybody who's ever wanted to be able to self-publish information on their own, or anybody who wants something fun to be able to do with their kids or wants to make cool little scrapbooks they could give out to everybody with the family history in it, whatever. If you've ever been interested in making a book of your own at home, if you've ever been interested in making comics, this is going to be a fun way to get to hang out, get to ask all the questions you want. We're going to get to work on it together. You're going to get to see the whole process. If you miss a day, you can always go back and rewatch the live stream from before and catch up on anything that you missed. I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for people to learn how to do this. Maybe you'll learn this isn't for you and it's too much trouble and I don't want to do it. Maybe you're going to learn, hey, maybe I got some stories to tell and this is a really good way to do it and an inexpensive way to do it. And with the cost of everything going up these days, doing some black and white ashcan comics from home, it's not a bad option. I mean, you sold out of your books at the con in Michigan. You sold out of the grub like crazy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, then again, when you pitch it as, what if Peter Parker got bitten by a different kind of radioactive insect? People already went straight for it. So, I mean, I don't blame them for that. Heck, I would have wanted to know what that was all about, too. Which, by the way, the grub is still ongoing. It's still, you know, being made proper. And it is going to definitely just be a black and white book. I am planning on actually figuring out how to color it myself because I am not good at coloring comics. You know, because obviously that coloring is its own art form if you know how you're doing it.
It is indeed.
And then also, yeah, it's like my dad used to do a lot of like he's a production kind of guy. He used to be in a band, so he used to do a lot of like voices here and there. For $19.95 plus shipping and handling, you can win yourself a new Toyota. Like he loves doing those kinds of voices and stuff like that. Fish got the opportunity to talk to my dad, so he knows like where I came from in terms of like my personality and stuff. So
He's
Yeah.
very charismatic.
oh yeah.
B, was that something
I mean-
built or bought?
This, yeah, 3D printed it, and then I printed the eye. My wife painted it. I painted the tower, and then I used these little metal like wires that are golden colored to hold the eye in place, so it looks like it's floating
Oh,
a little
cool.
bit.
I was wondering how you did that because, I mean, of course, it's on a webcam too, which really helps cover up a lot of sins, I'm sure. But yeah, I can't see. It's just floating to me, and that was blowing my mind, honestly. Let's see.
You gotta love the special effects of miniature making.
Oh, there's the eye. All right, so it's right there.
Why can't I do things today?
That's what I ask myself that. I ask myself that every day. I'm at work, why can't I do things today? I'm here at home, why can't I do things today? My parents are visiting, why can't I do
Oh.
things today?
Ah, that's not working. Try that again.
All right, so far this is looking fairly nice. I'm just trying to figure out what the artifact is because I didn't even really take that into consideration. Because that artifact could also
I gotta
dictate
figure out how to make
so
this.
many other factors.
My buddy Mr. Nope is into 3D printing. I'd go broke if I bought one. 100% Eddie Von B. I would never get anything else done for the rest of my life. I would just
That's
be
why.
making toys.
That's why my wife has been actually making functional things with our 3D printer or with her 3D printer. And, she's either been making functional things or funny little things here and there. So
I do like practical items, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta have some fun with it.
Oh, for sure. One of the practical things for her is because she also has a Cricut machine. So she printed out like a little shelving thing for all the vinyls. So in that way she could just kind of have those in there all at the same time. What
Smart.
are some other 3D things that you printed? Oh, my wife is also a gamer. And she ended up printing a WASD like joystick type of device over here.
Mm-hmm.
So then when she games, she'll actually like use it like a proper joystick, like an arcade style. I'm just gonna put that here. Sorry, thank you. And she even 3D printed her own card holder. So, the day that we'll ever go to cons and sell cookies and comics, who knows?
What about an old crystal embedded in his forehead, says Dragon Gaming.
Make him a unicorn? Not against that notion. And it could be the reason as to like why it would be like slowly killing him, because maybe the thing was like embedded in him, or like maybe it was a shard that ended up kind of spiking through him, and maybe it's lodged in his brain and it actually enhanced his ability to mind control people. But maybe it enhanced his skills further to understanding technology, hence why he now has the skills of high tech, of basically being really good with high tech. From there, he ends up creating tech to kind of help prevent the power from killing him. I tend to try to find a way to keep the character alive. And funnily enough, I had one of my friends rolled up a character who had like Sonic's hearing, had the ability to climb on walls or something like that. I called her Velcro. The name was really interesting. I wanted to go
I
from
love
there.
that name, actually.
Yeah, let me actually find her real quick. I have her on the solar roll area here. So this is Velcro, who has like, the ability to manipulate her gravity if it'll show on screen. Here it is. She has like sonic hearing, so she wears the suit to kind of, and also her powers are like slowly killing her. So for her, she has to wear a suit to kind of help prevent, the powers from continuing that. So it kind of like negates it, but it's still like not the best conditions for her.
Wow.
All right, where are you at?
So that was the modifier, was that her powers were killing her?
Pretty much. And same situation with this character. His powers are killing him, but it would make more sense now that the crystal would be like embedded in his head. And now he has to figure out how to like use his powers to benefit others. So maybe we could say that he's also obtaining profits to, find ways to cure him of this potential disease while still keeping the powers. Who knows? Again,
What if
off rip.
What if the artifact is kind of like that fungi that attaches to ants and stuff and starts like taking over their brain to get him to crawl to a high point, but this gem is like taking over his brain more and more, and he is dying on the inside, but his body's becoming stronger.
Ooh, okay.
See, and that's smart because like the body's getting stronger to do what it needs him to do to get where it needs him to get. I've got a story like that I've been working on for Green Zone where like this thing infects people and it'll make you stronger and stronger and drive you to get into more densely populated places until you like explode in this whiplash hail of like long skinny worms that are a mile long just whipping out into everything, and then everybody they strike and don't kill they embed in, and then they start to grow and turn this person into another monster. And the next thing you know, they're seeking out crowded places to go, and at first they think they're like terrorists or something seeking out populated places and to do the most damage, but it's actually just a completely organic thing embedded in them. All right, move that.
Okay, so what would his hero name be then? If he's like,
what power did he get?
He has mind control.
Mind control. See, that's perfect for the gem. That controls his mind.
Or if anything, that's actually the reason why. Like the gem gave him the ability to, it gave him one of two powers, if you will. Like obviously, it gave him the ability to mind control, but we can also say that it enhanced his intelligence to where he is able to operate with, like high tech, alien tech, or something like that. So I feel like he would find ways to develop the technology. Maybe he's not the most financially suitable now, hence why he's seeking profits to cure his disease, like Walter White style, It's like, I got to try to find a way to make money to cure myself here.
I think another cool angle is that the gem, it has the knowledge of all of its previous hosts, which might have been other alien species. And then every time it gets a new host, that it gains that knowledge. So maybe his alien tech knowledge comes from that.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
And then it could actually be him talking to the previous, kind of like Orange Lantern style, where he's able to talk to the other hosts of said gem. And maybe he might be able to talk to one that found a way to like nullify the powers. But the thing is, though, if he nullifies it, it's only going to make it worse, kind of a deal. So it's either you have to accept your fate or still try to fight against it and barely make it.
Oh, yeah. Like somebody managed to slow it down, but it only made this, that, and the other worse by slowing it down. And are you slowing down your fate and suffering longer, or are you just accepting your fate and giving in? Like, there's lots of interesting stuff you can do with that.
Well, the question is, what's the name though? Because I feel like a name could also then have the impact as well.
Yeah, that one I'm gonna need to put some thought into.
Come on, Dadpool, in the comments. You're so quick with them.
He's usually having more time to adapt and being like, I think I know I have a better name. Wait, I have a better one.
Sometimes I'm just driving when I listen to you guys from school or something. So I have nothing but time to think because I can't even look. I'm just listening.
And we appreciate that. Earworm, he's stuck in your head and you can't get him out. Well, that would make him a much more gross kind of character. I don't know why I'm thinking gem, brain gem.
Ooh, Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's taken.
I think so. What was it, Hanna-Barbera that has it?
Filmation, I think, had it. That's probably Hasbro now.
I'm really not sure how to incorporate this Master of Disguise thing with a person that is a stag beetle alien. Because like trying to put a mask on, but you got these massive beetle horns shooting out just doesn't feel like it works.
Well, here's another.
What he has is a pair of glasses with a fake human nose and a mustache. And you can throw those on. Nobody knows if it works.
Let me see how that looks.
I was gonna say, I mean, when you really think about it this way, Spider-Man doesn't really look like a spider. He just happens to have powers similar to a spider. You know, climbing on walls, he creates his own webbing, that kind of situation. So for maybe a stag beetle, right? If it, like, do you look like one, or are you an alien? That
well, he's an alien. So
okay,
I don't know.
So I think this is the part I think
it
could be interesting. If he's an alien, does he have any technology? Hence the Master of Disguise feature. Does he have like a belt that could, you know, like Megamind, modify his overall look, even though he'll still like not physically change, but you know, virtually looks very different.
Be like, it could be like a hologram projector, like Nightcrawler had in that one version of the X-Men cartoon.
X-Men Evolution.
He could hit that watch and look human for a while, and that could be how he uses his Master of Disguise tech.
Let's see how this looks on top of him.
And maybe by his species standards, because they're probably vastly more intelligent, they probably were able to adapt it to make it look like almost like nothing could ever be perceived differently. Like, you know, if you were able to create the proper disguise or, you know, the alien species, you could walk among them and they wouldn't even notice that, you know, kind of like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
All right.
I feel like that looks pretty good with the glasses and the nose and the mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even tell.
Totally different character, man. I didn't know you can draw that fast. There we go.
I didn't know you were drawing just a plain old regular human. Look at that.
Yeah, you know, just got to keep it simple sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking dude's got these big jets on his back that help him go really fast underwater, but also can be water cannons when he gets out of the water and like shoot water like Squirtle or whatever out of them and knock people down. I think would be pretty fun.
I can see that happening there, sir. Yes, sir, indeed.
Orca men, because you know he's got a family curse that turned him into this thing.
Ooh, Crystal Skull though is not a bad. All right, now I got to switch this design because now Crystal Skull got a better name to it.
Mm-hmm.
Here I was trying to make like
Crystal
a classic.
Skull does sound cool.
Thank you, Dragon Gaming. Crystal Skull it is. That is a way. Ooh, Dadpool. What your guy sheds his. Would your guy? I'm assuming they meant to say, would your guy shed his exoskeleton to match the species of the planet he's on?
That's an interesting one. That feels more like a transformation body altering thing, though. Like it's his power versus technology. And I don't want to give him an extra power when he's already like
pretty OP.
Stag beetle.
Or you know, he's pretty up there.
Oh, no,
but I mean, he is a lava
stag beetle.
He is a lava stag beetle alien, so maybe his lava helps him change forms a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, that could be cool. Like pull like a reverse Iceman, just like lava, and then out as a stag beetle man. I don't know that it makes sense, but that would be epic.
Okay, I
animation.
heard the terminology. Okay, if your character had to have a name, I remembered when I was making like my Ben 10 knockoff characters, I was trying to come up with a different name for like my rendition of Heat Blast, and I was looking up like other terminologies, and I don't know why Slag, SLAG, was like kind of like a cooldown rendition of that. Imagine if your character was called like Slag Beetle, as like the lava.
Yep, that's
Oh.
going on here. That's going on here.
Yeah, that's Slag Beetle is epic.
That's too good to not use. This is going to be the human side.
And that's how we do it on Roll for Hero.
It also sounds like a 90s character. It's like, look out, it's Slag Beetle.
Whoa! Totally righteous!
Righteous, righteous, yeah.
Surfboard as he
No again.
the scene.
Alrighty. Indiana Jones is gonna go after your crystal skull. LOL. Hey,
Bring it.
bring it on, my diggies.
I ain't scared of no Jones.
I ain't scared of no archaeologist. What if I plunder all your nation's artifacts and never give them back? Ah, now I'm scared.
I didn't know he works for the Europeans Museum. What's that one museum that always gets ragged on a lot?
The British Museum.
Not the British Museum. It's yeah, I know the name. Kyron Silva says, "Crap! I almost forgot. I almost missed my second favorite show on Wednesdays. How dare you almost miss us? How dare you almost?" Looking at you, Kyron.
How dare we be your second favorite show, Kyron? Come on. The dog was named Indiana. Best line ever. I love that dog. That was a good line. And even funnier when you know it's true. Because it was named after his dog.
And here's the crazy part. Did you know that till this day, there is an alligator here in Florida that was actually in one of the Indiana Jones movies, in Gatorland?
Really?
That's kind of cool.
Now you know.
Well,
Kyron says, "Sorry, E, I'm here now, and I'm drawing also. Glad that you're drawing. Glad you're drawing with us there, Kyron. Glad you're a part of it, Kyron. Maybe, Kyron, you should, consult us and partake in being a guest on the show. Maybe you have been, and maybe I'm just going insane. Maybe that's just all true, and I'm just trying to guise it as professionalism. Who knows?"
Kyron says he's too good to come on Roll for Hero. Until he has a Saw the Lightning Wheel or Kickstarter to hawk, and then he's going to probably want to come on. I'll bet you money.
But why not bet anything
Did you
else
get the
other than-
Gator's autograph, says Eddie Von B.
Well, I mean, you could feed him. That's the closest you'll probably get.
I don't imagine you would want to get any closer.
Yeah, no, it's not really worthwhile. It's kind of funny too, because I was watching this whole video about it, because I live in the Orlando area now, so I'm seeing all these roadside attractions, and it's crazy to think how Gatorland's still one of the most proper functioning like theme parks, but it's like it's more of like a zoo and stuff like that, but it's somehow like it doesn't rival Disney or Universal, but it's kind of funny how it's still like a business that's still functioning till this day, kind of a deal.
Yeah, like back in the 70s or something, when there was a lot less to do and, a lot less safety concerns and whatnot. It makes sense.
And before some potential autistic man decides to make this, a mouse's playground.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey.
Was he autistic?
Supposedly. I mean, trust me, if Walt Disney was alive today, he would not have done cruises. He would have ensured that there would have been a train that would have traversed all the states on the mainland.
So it's because Disney died that we don't have high-speed rail.
Exactly.
Gosh, you're Disney.
Exactly. Dragon King says, Dadpool, since it's tech, what if he needs to collect DNA samples, combine them with chemical, and injects himself with it to look human for a limited time before he has to collect more.
Oh, I've already moved on from tech. When you started talking about shape shifting and him, and I remembered he's made of lava, I was like, yeah, he's shape shifting now. So this is going to be a lava transformation.
That is a
Just have
cool
to figure
thing.
out how.
I would use it too. I don't think I don't remember ever rolling up anything that had me have to roll on the element table. I could be wrong, but I don't remember having to do that.
That's why
It would
I
have been
just
good if we
do
had
it
that.
sometimes.
It should have been good if we had that element table during season 1 where we kept rolling nothing but elemental based heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I never got more sick and tired of that, and then also the public domain stuff at the same time. All right. The Crystal Skull.
What's up, Fallout fan plays games?
Hey, howdy, hey, how are we doing today? We are just simply taking the time to create characters from the Roll for Hero Handbook, the handbook that is a one-stop shop for all fun, creative, imaginative concepts come to life with nothing more than plastic dice in your imagination. I'm really trying to sound as marketable as I can. I got to get those clips for the advertisements.
Man, I'm telling you. And the thing I like to think about with it is it's not like a role-playing game system, which I've had a couple of people tell me like, well, I'm not into role-playing games. Well, it's not a role-playing game system. It doesn't have all the rules and stuff for that. It is more of a creativity engine. It's an inspiration engine. It's a way to spur ideas if you're bored or you're stuck or if you're an artist looking for something to draw, if you're a writer looking for an idea for a new story or a new character. One thing I really like about it as a writer, as an artist, as a comic creator, like sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes I need to have a character that's going to die to show that there's real stakes and stuff in the situation. But maybe I don't want to kill off, Danny or Virgil or, Corporal Waters or somebody in Green Zone. But, if I need to, I could roll for hero up a character real quick and come up with some interesting character and make a henchman or, a officer in the background or something that could suffer the consequences and let you know that there's real consequences to what happens in this story without necessarily having to take out one of my mains. Or, sometimes you need just a henchman to be standing at the door and you haven't thought about what that dude's going to look like yet.
And
And
sometimes you have to do it twice because you fall in love with the first one you roll.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Because there's no way the first design you're going to be like, but I don't want to trash this guy. And then now you're going to have to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, funnily enough, that's exactly what our last guest on our show I'm so sorry.
Shattered Vision, Andrew?
Shattered Vision, yes. Our last guest from Shattered Vision, he actually, came on here just so that he can create a character for that exact character to be killed off. But again, it's to serve the purpose narratively for his story. Again, Roll for Hero being a part of that, I find to be very crazy how, again, weirdly enough, we are now connected to the fact that somebody is using that character concept in their comic book.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
Changing lives.
One roll at a time.
There's the clip.
Roll for Hero. Saving lives, one roll at a time.
Dragon Gaming says, I definitely played a character I rolled up on these streams in one of my hero tabletop games. He's really fun. Oh, absolutely. And as a game master myself, I would absolutely love to have this handbook on hand to roll up random henchmen and stuff real quick to throw at the good guys, because the good guys always go in directions you don't expect, and all of a sudden you have to just fill up, a bar full of characters because they walked into this bar and it's full of supervillains, and now I got to come up with a whole bunch of new supervillains. And if you need that, you could get the whole handbook out and roll you up some cybernetic werewolves and whatnot. And next thing you know, you got long lasting running characters in the game that keep coming back. But it's a lot of fun for that. It's a lot of fun for coming up with ideas. It's a lot of fun for just sparking creativity. I'm always looking for something to push me in a direction I haven't been before and make me come up with something I haven't. Because if I'm left to my own devices, let's be honest, a lot of my things are going to end up looking a lot the same. And so I love the monkey wrench modifier throwing random ideas at me or challenges. I love having to mix together things I never would have mixed together on my own and try and come up with, a female cougar in a mech suit.
That forever will always be the funniest episode to me because of the fact that it's like the jokes were flying off the wall that episode.
Oh, man.
It's not every day you roll up
I
a
don't-
cougar-themed supervillainous and just you don't make jokes like those.
That's got to be the pinnacle of rolling up a random character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's
Oh,
not,
absolutely.
then you might want to delete your browser history.
Hey, yo. All right. Bill said, so is the Roll for Hero Handbook comic going to start in a bar filled with Roll for Hero characters? Well, that's also highly dependent on what kind of story we're going to want to tell. Mind you, Roll for Hero can literally go in so many different directions.
Mhm.
The basic handbook, if I can find it, because I totally am responsible, I don't know where to put things. This little handbook over here doesn't just generate superheroes. This could also generate fantasy characters in a sci-fi-like world, something similar to Star Wars, Star Trek. Again, we also have fantasy concepts for something that could be in Lord of the Rings or, Narnia for all we care. Now, again, yeah, we have superpowers, but who's to say that those couldn't be magic-based? Who's to say that those couldn't be science-based if you really wanted to kind of stick it to that direction? So we'll figure out. I mean, I personally hope we can do a fun superhero style comic because I think it's very fitting that, Roll for Hero, superheroes, comics, art, the whole shebang. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, the whole concept of how the story is going to be dictated is going to be through you guys. So if you want to partake on the adventure, please go check out, the Kickstarter at Go Mr. Fish. Or, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go MrFish.com.
Go MrFish.com. Go support the Kickstarter to be a part of the exclusive creation process of the Roll for Hero comic book.
And and it absolutely could start out in a bar. That may be the way we do it, but it's going to be open to whatever we roll up and whatever the group decides. The only caveat that I'm putting on the group at all is that I want to keep things kid friendly ish. Like I don't want to be telling a bunch of dirty jokes in the comments or stuff, because there are a lot of young folks I think that would really enjoy getting to hang out and learn how to do this as well, and a lot of parents that would enjoy learning how to do this to help their creative kid go on to make the comics that they'd love to make. I would have loved to have this kind of resource as a kid to show me how to make professional looking comics instead of like drawing them at the finished size and having them look all wonky. There's so many little things I could have learned.
So on top of that, so I guess the clarifying notion is we want to keep this book at best PG to PG-13 because we want to make sure it's more accessible to a general audience. Again, kids, teens, and older folks out there would love to just enjoy a simple book without having to deal with the I can't really show this scene, can't show that scene. Obviously, the way that I try to go about making comics is that kids in my church love the fact that I do art. They'll literally surround me, back home because I moved up. But back in my church, all the kids would surround me and they'll see me like draw out some superheroes and stuff like that. And I know that if I'm working on a comic page, I want to make sure that it's a page that I'm not scared of showing the kids. So, again, if I'm comfortable drawing something like that around little kids, like, kids in like the 5th grade or something like that, and mind you, in a church setting, and we know how intensive some religious parents are, I would know, I'm a pastor's kid, they tend to be really strict on a lot of their content. So if we're going to be once we get the streams on the go, just keep in mind PG to PG-13, just keep it fun for, everyone,
Yeah.
That's at least the caveat that we have to put there. Because trust me, as much as we would love to tell some dirty jokes here and there, it does get old quick. So
Yeah. And I want to have a book on my table that everybody can enjoy, because like I love my books and I'm proud of my books, but most of my books are either a little too bloody or just dealing with subject matter that's a little too heavy for most of the little guys to be interested in or to be able to enjoy. And I want to have something at my table that will be fun for everybody to be able to read, and the grown-ups can enjoy it and the kids can read it and have fun too, like I used to have with my Spider-Man comics and stuff that I still enjoy reading. And I can still go back and enjoy those books today, and they've still got fun, awesome stories, and they don't have to be particularly graphic or nasty for a grown-up to enjoy them as well.
we got Bill stating 4-color PG comic is the perfect market. Oh no, I got lost there. It's the perfect market. Different times, also a fun choice. Speaking of which, are we going back to the Sailor Punk verse after the Kickstarter? Honestly, personally, as much as I've stated it before, like maybe we should finish it. Obviously, it would be nice to finish the season from there. But for me, I'm personally not a big fan of that season. But if we are to complete it and to see it through, I'm not against that notion. But again, that's more or less, you guys' situation. Don't want to leave y'all hanging on that. Dragon Game says, I made a Cougar Corp space mercenary group. They all look the same and have the same name, but with different serial numbers and personalities. Makes you question if you're speaking to the different person. Ooh, that's very fun. See, that would be something cool for like Jupiter Jack or something like that. Kyron says, I don't know, Fish. I think everyone can read Caw. I don't know about that.
I mean, it depends on. I tell people all the time at shows, Caw really depends on like your kids and what they can handle. Like, I won't do anything that my whole family can't read, including my grandkids. But my grandkids grew up watching The Walking Dead, so Caw hacking people in half, Snake Men, isn't going to really bother my grandbabies. It's not crazy graphic, but there is a lot of people with their heads turned the wrong way and insides on the outside, and there's a lot of blood in the book. Other people could not handle that.
And then we got Benjamin over here saying, imagine making a role for hero character who is an old man. So I think we have done a few of those here and there. I definitely remember Ivan the Invulnerable from our steampunk episode back in season 1. He was definitely an older gentleman. So, I mean, not completely off the realms there. And then we have Weird Stuff Inc. stating, hi, Ultra Comics, you should do Blade and Ghost Rider for the Ultra Valley series. Not against those notions, especially I know that at the moment, I think, we got Ryan Gosling out there being casted as Ghost Rider, so not against that notion there. Am I invisible? I see your profile, so no, you're not. I mean, you could be for all I know, physically. I don't know.
Do you want to be? Is the better question.
See, Dadpool's asking.
Kyron asked earlier, is there a site or a Facebook group people can go to see what everyone's created and drawn? You can use the hashtag Roll4Hero, ROLL number 4 HERO, and post your stuff with that. And nobody else is using the Roll4Hero hashtag. So search it up on Instagram, or it's on YouTube as well, Facebook, whatever, and you'll get a whole bunch of our videos, but you also get art from like Dragon Gaming and Benjamin and Dadpool.
Oh yeah, I'm all over that thing.
Most of it is Ben. Ben does so much freaking art, so many awesome characters with it.
No one can keep up with Ben.
Appreciate the comment.
I tried for like a week, and he was dropping like 4 or 5 a day, and I'm like, "There's no way."
No, like how? Like
There's
I
no
remember
way.
before I started making comics more seriously. I remembered I used to do the same, but I would take like hours per character because I was always into designing them just right because the perfectionist in me couldn't just not. So I remember doing that, but man, the way that Ben, forget it. I couldn't keep up with that.
Yeah, he's on a different level.
And then Ben, speaking of, he says, "Well, I'd be able to pants people or give them wedgies." All right, listen, hey, sounds very villainous out there. Okay, those are villainous like activities,
In
and
the
I'm not
book,
judging.
Absolutely. Like something like that, no problem. I mean, I don't want to make it absolutely ridiculous, but yeah, absolutely. And now I'm also leaving room in there if people just start yelling out absolutely ridiculous ideas. I can veto it, and because we want it to be cool in the end, and not just be a whole bunch of random stuff. The most random ideas somebody could shout out. But
That being said, some of the most interesting and fun D&D campaigns end up being the random stuff.
oh yeah,
This is true, but if we want to keep something consistent, and also again to a general audience, we want to make sure that we're telling a genuine, just a fun, overarching story and stuff like that. Unless we decide to do a concept like Weird World, essentially a world full of weird things and anything goes type of thing. But again, that would be really weird and hard to keep up with, especially stylistically. Who knows?
Hence the name.
Exactly. See, you're getting it, Dadpool. Yeah, excuse me. All right. There we go.
let's see. Thank you for reading it. People skip it all the time. Thank you very much. What did we read? Was it your comment?
I think it was weird. So I was just saying cool art. I
Oh,
believe.
oh.
I'm not fully sure.
Well, we try and read the comments, but sometimes they get away from us.
And then also we're drawing at the same time. So I tried getting Ezra from Lucky 33 to see if he can pop on over, but got no response out of him. So get a writer to partake, answer the questions, do all that kind of fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right, and then we go here. Do that.
There is also a tier on the campaign. If you want to come on the show and we roll up a character together, there's a tier for that. And like you could come on like Dadpool as here, and we would roll something up together, and then we can draw it out for you, and you can get either a digital or like an 11x17 printed poster of your character if you're doing one of the physical tiers. And so I think that has the potential to be a really fun one. Hoping some cool people take part in that one.
I will be doing that. I can. So you might see me on here again. Yay.
Hey. Love to see everyone make their opportune moment. Love to see more people pop on over. It is awesome having you here, by the way, Dadpool. Because finally now getting to see the face who's partaking in, spouting out all
Dude,
the
that
best ideas.
chest symbol. That chest symbol is so sick.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I really like the way that came out. The fact that someone said, crystal skull, it was too perfect to not use. So
Skulls are one of my favorite things to use with characters in general, so I'm with you on that.
So I'm kind of going with the idea he's like a rough starting out kind of hero who's trying to seek profit to cure whatever potential disease. So that's probably the reason why like he's truly heroic. He wants to be out there. He wants to fight crime and be a cool superhero. But unfortunately now the powers that he has are killing him. And they're, now he has to try to afford medication to, either, make sure that he can stay doing what he's doing. And now with the amazing comments being like, oh, he could probably talk to the former heroes or aliens and whatnot that it has once infected, that could play such a huge part in its overall like if this guy had a solo story, this dude would be insane. Can't deny that. And it's all because of the nieces and nephews and everyone who's in the chat right now spouting the best of ideas. Without your awesome, concepts, this character would not be the way it is. All right, just gonna do some slightly think about things here. All right, I don't think Mr. Fish rolled the hero. He rolled the creature. You know what? It looks like those. Marvel did a comic on those. I remember watching Linkara's video on like these animals wearing mech suits, and they used to be like a Marvel specific thing.
Yeah, it like came out of their football league or something, I believe. But yeah, there was like a dolphin dude and all that stuff. Yeah.
Honestly, could have been a rivaled concept for Transformers, in my opinion. I feel like it would have gone like the toyetic route if Marvel decided to kind of take it on its own direction and not have it tied so much to the other superhero stuff. But, Marvel's going to Marvel.
Yeah.
They got plenty of toy options already now.
I mean, true, but when you have like, animal characters wearing mech suits, I feel like those are some missed opportunities.
True.
I mean, look, somebody hopped on the opportunity.
Fly well in the normal, like mainstream Marvel universe, so that's a tough one. You don't want to go any further with it if people aren't liking it, but it doesn't fit with Spider-Man and stuff on its own. It could have been really cool.
And then Marvel then could have grown out of just the superheroes, and they could have done other stories. And I mean, they do. Like Marvel actually made their own rendition of Treasure Island, like just retold the story, but under their name, which is like that's interesting. That's actually really cool that they're able to adapt other stories. But it's like again, it doesn't sell as much as a guy in red and blue spandex. So, yes, Eddie Von B, it is an orca. So now you know.
Yeah, I rolled up animal weapons, and he got animal body weapons and the ability to breathe underwater, and his powers are killing him from this family curse that gave him these powers. And so when I rolled up the animal that he got the weapons from, thinking maybe I'll get porcupine or poison dart frog or something. No, I got killer whale, but it fits with the breathe underwater. So I'm not doing breathe underwater per se, but I'm doing he can hold his breath like a killer whale for a long time. And his family curse is turning him into this were orca, but the more he goes on, the more he just becomes an orca until eventually he's going to lose his arms and legs and just be a sea beast and not be human anymore. So thus part of the tech that he's wearing is trying to slow that down and let him use it to get around and stuff rather than his actual physical strength.
All right. I'm going to try something. Oh, well. The dice have dictated such things. Now I'm going to try my best to make these colors work.
Oh, that's not there. I got this little shortcut wheel that I have basically glued to the back of my tablet in the other room that I work on all the time. And now I'm instinctively reaching for that to hit the buttons and turn the wheel to like change the size of my tool. And I can't do that on this one. This computer doesn't have that.
Hi, wife.
Oops.
Must you?
Oops. Wrong one. Yeah. Wrong thing.
Women.
Men.
Can't live with them. Can't live without them.
Dadpool gets it.
What'd
And
he
that he said, "Can't live with him, can't live without him."
say?
I unintentionally just made Spider-Man colors work with this. This costume's actually pretty cool. That's a problem. This is a really cool costume. And why is it that red and blue is always a really good color combination, man?
Primary colors.
All right, you want to, when designing characters, you always want to try to limit the color palette so that it doesn't become overbearing. Because again, you have to draw these characters on repeat, and dang it, this is actually a. It's not bad, you know. And the thing is, I always try to avoid using red and blue in some costume aspects because again, I know it's gonna always fall in that category. But also, I think in this case, it might be beneficial.
Oh no.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. That's it. I'm not going. Must my wife bully me as I'm in the process of drawing?
Yes.
She must indeed.
Women. Glad that we can acknowledge each other, my love. Maybe. Should I do yellow? See, yellow and blue is another good combo, but then that's just also Cyclops.
It's not always, well, it is in your case with that character, but it's not always Cyclops.
You do got a point. But I don't know why we're pointing, but that is a very understandable case scenario.
All right, I'm digging it. I think he looks cool.
You know, who knows? Maybe if we do, you know what I think could be interesting for later down the road?
I'm way behind.
No, trust me. Comes with the trade of trying to draw as quick as you can. And I think there have been times where we never finished I think there have been times where we never really finished due to time constraints because I know Fish tends to.
Oh yeah, or we get to talking, or we get sidetracked telling stories, and then next thing you know, we're way behind.
Or if anything, you're behind on your schedule because you have other shows that you got to stream and got to get all up and running and stuff. So I will admit I'm definitely one to fault for such things because, you know, I egg them on with those ideas. Like, oh, what if this happened? What if this happened? Then we're just talking and yapping for hours. Realistically, our shows would be much more condensed if we didn't have to, you know, yap about our ideas so much.
Oh, yeah. If we just got on and drew a character, we'd be done in no time. Can't fathom it in my eyes, in my mind, says Weird Stuff Inc. Can't fathom it in my eyes, says Mr. Fish. Because that doesn't make any sense.
Always on my mind.
Something. Hello. My, what have we here? I know it's not the right song. That just somehow got into my head. Like your character, Mr. Fish, and enjoying Uncle E's Colors Dilemma. Thank you for enjoying the dilemma that I'm currently in. And the thing is, the dice dictated the colors because I have the app Coolers, Cooler. Really good app, and it actually generates, you know, a bunch of different color palettes that you can use. And I decided to roll the dice, and I had to do it one time, and now I'm kind of dealt with the classic, you know, red, blue, yellow, but now I got tan and another lighter blue, and these colors do work together. That's what I love about it. But then now the question is, like, which colors do I use? And I think the red and blue in this case actually help out tremendously.
There we go. Everything's got a little bit of a shine to it. Put a little polish on the mechanics. Now he's ready for some super villainy.
Okay.
Now, the only problem I have is he's a glory seeker of a hideously evil supervillain. So, how hideously evil are we going here? Is he like, eating baby seals on camera or something? I don't know. But how much of a glory seeker can you be if you're stuck to the ocean? Because as Aquaman can prove, we don't pay a lot of attention to what happens in the ocean.
This do be an excellent point you're making there.
He'd be attacking SeaWorlds.
The only one here in Florida? Maybe.
Benjamin says maybe make the base suit yellow and the equipment red. Weird stuff Inc. says didn't mean to be me. That's fine, man. Bill Treadwell says, might I suggest Uncle E use the lighter blue as a crystal stand-in, thus use it for the Crystal Skull logo and helmet.
Okay. I like it. I like what I'm seeing here.
Perhaps Orca wants to be the SeaWorld star. That's it. And he'll burn the
Jealousy is
world
a
down
powerful
to
motivator.
I want everybody looking at me. I don't care if I'm a blasphemous, hideous-looking monstrosity, a blight against nature itself. I don't care. I want to be the focus of attention. Everybody look at me. Tell me how great and evil I am.
It comes down to no one came to his third birthday.
Dr. Duper Schmertz,
Just because my family had to hold it in an Arctic Circle, nobody came.
Who even has their birthdays in an Arctic Circle? I just wanted a normal childhood, but no. I desire attention because that is what
It's
I
where the
need.
fleshy baby seals are. How else would we eat? What would we do? Have a cake? Are you crazy? Instead of shampoo, he's shampoo. Dadpool's hero looks like a Beetleborg, says Weird Stuff.
Kind of,
Not
yeah.
100% wrong there.
A lot of
Mr. Fish, he
inspiration
could
from
be
that.
rallying people to save the ocean by any means, and the leader of an eco-terrorist group beaching ships and stopping oil rigs. Now, there's an interesting idea, but he's doing it for the attention because he's a glory seeker. I mean, oh, how obnoxious would that be for him to be an eco-terrorist, but he's purely only doing it for the attention and the likes on Instagram or whatnot.
Fix this.
And, if it's not getting him enough attention, then he would throw a tantrum or cause an oil leak or something just because he was having a tantrum.
I think we even displayed that in the handbook. Like if there was an attention-seeking, like hideously evil character.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did that with the lineman, if I'm correct.
And then, like, if he was holding hostages and stuff and nobody comes to see that he's holding hostages, what do you even do? Just get mad and go home because you're only in it for the attention?
Yes.
Oh, I like it. I was really struggling with trying to find a pose, but I like the all fours. I like the idea of him being devolved to the point to where he's basically has to stay on all fours when he's out of water and is much more, maneuverable and, dexterous when he's in the water. Eddie Von B says, you mean he sits on freeway during rush hour causing traffic jams? That's what he does.
Don't mean to put it on the same layer. All right. I think I got somewhere with this design.
Have we seen the Dark Crystal? Does the Pope wear a funny hat? Of course I've seen the Dark Crystal. Gave me nightmares.
Respectively, as that movie should.
It's creepy. I loved it. It was creepy. But I love Jim Henson. So, frankly, anything he would have done, I would have loved, whether it was good or not. Because I loved me some Jim Henson. Still do. But it legit broke my heart when he passed away. I was just distraught. He was for real one of my heroes. And it's brought me great joy over the years to learn more about him and learn that, while he may have been a workaholic and he may not have been the best husband or whatnot because he was a workaholic and, focused on what he was doing all the time to the exclusion of everything else sometimes, he was still a good dude. At his core, he was a great guy. And not all your heroes end up that way. And that brings me joy. Ghost Art Comics asks, random, but anybody seeing Spider-Man this weekend? I don't know if I'm seeing it this weekend, but I'm seeing it as soon as I can. Probably at a matinee next week or something, I bet.
I think the wife and I are making plans to watch that. Do we buy the tickets for the movie already for Spider-Man? Yes, we did. Because
Be an eco-terrorist for the views, says Dragon Gaming. Hashtag save the oceans, dude.
Sup, guys? It's me, Orca Killer number 275. Time for me to go beach myself in the highways to stop emissions, man.
Oh my God. Okay, now I'm going to let you in on some secret sauce here. I have had an idea for years that I wanted to do as like a revamp of Kite Man. Now, since then, he's gotten a resurgence and he's gotten reinvented and he's gotten new stories that have made him epic and stupid and all kinds of things in between. But at the time I had this idea, Kite Man was about as famous as Stilt Man, and nobody knew who he was, or he was just a joke character in the background. And I wanted to relaunch him as this YouTube extreme, junkie dude that was a base jumper with one of the wingsuits, like the guys jump out of airplanes with.
And they open their thing and they go.
Yeah, like the flying squirrel wingsuits. And so these dudes would commit crimes, or they would base jump out of one building and then smash into another building, rob it blind, and then jump out and sail away to victory, the whole time live streaming everything they're doing with hashtag Kite Man and all this stuff. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you want to see our next heist, and and just totally live streaming everything that they do as they commit these crimes. Glad you could hang out with this weird stuff. Glad you could have fun, man. But then Kite Man had his resurgence, and now he's a whole new character, and I'm never going to get that opportunity. Taking that idea and transplanting it onto this dude could be fun. That could be pretty cool, like having a team around him, trying to film him from his good side and stuff. And this guy would have to be like 8 or 9 feet tall. Like, he'd have to be a big dude. And so, trying to get good angles on him and film him and stuff while he's doing all this stuff to get the attention. That could be a pretty cool story right there. That could have been an awesome story for the Roll for Hero mini comic. Mr. Fish's character looks like a certain creature in mythology that looks like a mix of an orca and a wolf dog. I could see that.
That sounds awesome.
Eddie Von B says, I'm waiting for Absolute Crazy Quilt. Oh,
that would be really funny.
Oh man,
All right, there we
absolute
go.
condiment king.
They did that in a Mad magazine, I think.
Weird Stuff says we should make an absolute roll for hero.
I mean, we would have to create the baseline role for hero and then go from there.
Oh, we could do that one day and like roll through the characters that we've already created, and then do like an absolute version of that character.
So then we got to take away an aspect of the character, and then we have to see like
To
where else that
amplify
goes.
whatever
Because
made
again,
them.
the
what they
absolute
are.
universe is supposed to be like, Darkseid taking away a key aspect of, the core members of the Justice League.
Mhm.
So like, with Batman, it was his wealth and the death of his parents. For Superman, it was the fact that he was born, or that he was raised on Earth. So like with Batman, he took away his wealth. Now he's a like freaking geoked out, engineer or a construction worker. You had Superman who lived on Krypton for a while. Then you had Wonder Woman who was raised in hell. So like they took away, Superman's humanity, Batman's wealth and resources, taking away Wonder Woman's sisterhood from Themyscira. So it's like, what are we taking away from the characters that we have made on Roll for Hero? Now it would have to be either like the motivating factor or something else of that kind of caliber that we would have to look into. Like what are we taking away from, like, say, the cougar themed villainous? What are we taking away from our steampunk aliens? What are we taking away from, our renditions of the American Eagle?
Oh man, like my rendition of the American Eagle lost so much already. What are you going to take away from him from there? Ooh, he'd be an anti-hero real quick.
Maybe it's what you didn't take in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, Ultimate Universe had their evil rendition of Reed Richards having to recreate the entirety of the Marvel Universe, preventing things from happening, like preventing Peter Parker from getting bitten by the spider, preventing the super soldier situations from continuing further, Iron Man not becoming Iron Man, the whole situation there.
Ghost Art's got a cool idea with having a cameraman be a robot, or having somebody flying a drone around him would be a really cool idea. Like one of his sidekicks constantly flying a drone around this orca to film him doing stuff. What are you going to take away from Birds of a Feather? Ooh, again, like the one girl already lost so much. Oh,
I
man.
think the fact that, no, but also, mind you, what can we take away from them? I think taking away the opportunity of staying, like kind of like with Superman, letting them stay on their home planet before, any calamity has occurred. Basically, them having to incur, like, either being enslaved or something else of that caliber, making them refugees. Now they make their way to Earth, and now they have to try to live these strange
Losing all that
lives.
as teenagers and stuff, and then coming here, as opposed to growing up here, hiding in the suburbs. That could be interesting. That's a good idea. The frog could be more gross looking, instead of a mechanic, than skin weapons and a ninja.
There we go. And I think this is as good as I'm probably going to get. If I go any further, I'm probably going to go too far. We have
Plus the Pigeon Man character. Pigeon Forge. Absolute Pigeon Forge.
Oh yeah, I remember coming up with that name.
That
would be epic.
Love this dude. We had a lot of bird-themed characters. If there ever was like an Avengers team up, it would be the Birds of a Feather system. Literally just called the team Birds of a Feather, because we have American Eagle, Pigeon Forge over here, and then what else is there? Was it American Eagle, the Pigeon Forge sisters, American Eagle, and I think that might have been it in terms of, at least on my side of things. Yeah, I think that might have been it on my side of things.
No, not JPEG.
Dang it, I actually like this character design.
Darn it.
Darn it! How dare I
What
make
a
a
shame.
good design?
That's what you get for being talented. Huh.
Oh, the struggles. The struggles indeed. I think it's more like, should I add the red to the sides? Because I like the blue. What are you doing, huh? Why are you wiggling your toes at me?
I'm probably not
touching
going to
toes,
stick with
man.
orc or not, but I don't know. For some reason, it sounds good to me in the moment.
Are you gonna
Well,
do Cypher
side beasts
Spider
can turn
Red?
into birds.
Oh,
says
that's true.
Benjamin.
Yeah, Psy Beast. But she's like has the power of the animal kingdom on her side. She can literally turn into dinosaurs. She can turn into dragons, all that other kind of stuff. She can warp reality too.
Again,
Yeah,
Wing.
she's not
Oh, you did
strictly a
that
bird.
dragon former dude that did the blacksmith. Not a bird, but he was winged.
This is true, and he's from that fantasy world. Is it cool to design the? Wait, hold on. Is it cool? This is a cool character design. The Grub can beat him up later. True. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This dude looks like he could like. I'm conflicted because he looks very villainous, but he's supposed to be a very truly heroic hero,
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
right? I'm digging it. I really like this design. Unless maybe
Yeah, he does look sinister with the red, though.
that's the issue there. Unless I invert
And a
it.
big
and
red skull on his chest.
This is also true. Dang it!
Sometimes you just want to have a big red skull.
To answer Archive Man's question earlier, just a minute ago, let me scroll down and make sure I'm getting the question right. Are you going to be excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day? Yes, I'm very excited for it. Can't wait to see it. Let's see. And he also asked, favorite bad movies?
Sharknado.
My favorite bad movie of all time will be Transmorphers.
Oh my
which
god!
is the straight-to-video knockoff of Transformers to try and trick your grandma into renting it at Redbox or whatever. I loved that so much because it was so bad, and the copy I had was so bad that like when they decided to change one of the characters from a man to a woman because they think, oh, well, now we're being edgy because now the love triangle is going to be between this guy and his girlfriend and this other girl instead of another dude. They didn't change any of the dialogue. So everybody's calling her sir and mister and stuff the entire time through the thing. There were places in the video that I watched where they had the audio in the wrong places and you're hearing like make out scenes during this like space battle, and then you're hearing laser blasts go off during a love scene. It was just so incredibly bad.
Oh no.
I loved that so much. My kids got it for me for Christmas. I have not watched it again, but it was bad enough to leave an impression on me for life, and I love that.
I mean, funnily enough, they're also the same guys that made Sharknado as well. So for me, I will always love Sharknado because again, it's the dumbest film franchise of all time. And it got to the point of being really, really popular for just all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually tried their best touching on other like film genres. So I think like in one of the sequels, the mother ended up dying, but then she ended up coming back as a cyborg, and they made like a reenactment scene of Action Comics #1 of the woman holding a car mid-air type of situation, like Superman in that situation. I'm just like, no way. Sharknado is the perfect embodiment of like something stupid going on for way too long.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you should have stopped at the first one, poking fun at like disaster films or whatever, and that's it. It's beautifully hilarious.
Hey, if it makes money, it makes money. Weird Stuff says Dadpool's looks good. Bill Treadwell says, yes, Dadpool's a great guest and enjoys character design. And then Weird Stuff says, hi there.
Very true. Very, very true. You guys know me so well already.
I mean, after you having a yap along with everyone there, makes sense. being
I
part of the
do
crowd
miss
now.
the awesome Dadpool comments in the comment section. But it's cool having Dadpool here hanging out, drawing cool stag beetle inspired master disguise aliens with lava transformations, all mid transformation sequence.
Now, do I go with? The conflictions are
Yeah, dude.
strong with this one.
See, I think I would do that light blue on the helmet and the arms in the one with the suit blue of the other one and have gold trim. Personally, I think
So
I
like
would
have
try
the
that.
like okay, hold on. Like kind of like this a little bit. And then have the yellow on the sides.
Yeah.
All right. Because I wanted to find a way, because that was like, that's a nice red. I didn't want to
What
waste the red,
idea?
but again, I haven't even used the
Here we
tan on that, so who am I to make the judgment call there?
I think the red is just throwing him over the edge with the sinister vibe.
Yeah, yes. You start wearing socks, woman. You're cold.
What's your thoughts on the trailer for Lanterns? Okay, Archive Man, you want to get into it? We're going to get into it. I got about 8 minutes before I got to go. I was not on board with Lanterns with the first trailer. The first trailer made me mad. The first trailer had me in my feelings, and I was getting upset, and I didn't like it, Archive Man. I didn't want to see freaking, I didn't want to see Breaking Bad where they just happened to have a green ring for some reason and they never used it. I didn't want to see, just another crime show in a small town. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see that. I don't care. But the new trailer for Lanterns, which I think was probably held back because they just didn't invest the money in the special effects early enough for the first trailer. The new trailer gives me hope. The new trailer gives me joy. It makes me excited to see Lanterns, even though I think it is a crime that they use Nathan Fillion to be freaking Guy Gardner. It's an assault on my soul. It's an insult to the man, Nathan Fillion himself. He deserves better. He's played Guy Gardner. No. Excuse my slip of the
Hal
tongue.
Jordan.
He's played Hal Jordan so many times in the animated features. He deserves his flowers. He deserves to get to play him going out because he's at the end of his legitimate lifespan of being able to play a superhero like that. Playing an old Hal Jordan, training his replacement would have been absolutely beautiful. He would have slayed it as that. He is a very funny comedic actor, but you are wasting that on bowl cut Guy Gardner. All right. I'm insulted to my core that you did that to my boy. But despite the shame that they have brought on the Green Lantern Corps as a whole by doing that to Nathan Fillion, and I will stand on that hill to die. I am looking forward to what they're going to do with the show because it looks way more interesting now. And the idea of bringing in the Manhunters and stuff, that is much more interesting than watching them take on a bunch of rednecks in the middle of nowhere, A-Team style. I don't care to see that. But seeing them take on a bunch of Manhunters who could be anybody hiding in plain sight, that could be cool, man. And it looks like we're going to get to see lots of cool, awesome power effects with the rings and flying and stuff like that and cool drama. I'm looking forward to it. But I got my feelings about Nathan Fillion. Man deserves better.
I think this is as good as I'm probably going to get for the colors that I've used. So I think
I'm
this
just
is
sitting
good.
here resting on my laurels with my painted up work, man. I feel bad.
There we go. We have Crystal Skull.
With his mind control powers. How does he use his mind control powers for good, Uncle Lee?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. No, I think the standard, like, he has to focus, hone in, maybe when someone's like not really like thinking as much per se, like, probably when they're more like sleeping, or maybe they're just kind of dozing off, makes it more accessible to their brains and whatnot. It's really hard to really capture someone with a high end imagination because they're constantly thinking. Maybe that's like one of the unfortunate downsides of his powers, that he has to catch somebody either knocked out, or maybe when they're not thinking as much, which gives that leeway to like snag them up, being like, all right, I gotta use you. Sorry, but like,
I think it would be really funny to like have him show up at a bank heist or something, and all of a sudden the bad guys start taking each other on, and and maybe like once he gets a good punch in on somebody, it knocks them loopy just enough that he can take control of them too now, and they can go kick some other dude in the head, and now that knocks them off their consciousness just enough he can grab them, and next thing you know they're all beating each other up and lining up to handcuff each other and walk right out to the police cars. Could be very funny. What's my thoughts on Avengers trailer for Avengers Doomsday? I think it's all sizzle, no steak. That's what I'm seeing so far. And Bill
I'm very
Treadwell
worried.
says,
Sorry, go on.
he said, to repeat, I created a gravity fall, an alien. Oh, Gravity Fall, an alien that looks like a horned lizard. Beautiful choice. Who's an alien spy stuck on Earth using his spy suit, shape-shifting, and gravity powers to test Earth's defenses. I love that idea. That's a great way of like coming to Earth to help without like, oh, I'm Superman. But like, I'm going to test things to make sure, because I know what's out there and I need to make sure you guys are ready. That would be a great way to be like a faux villain on a planet. Like, really test to make sure that the heroes are ready for what's coming, because the armada of imperialist Rex is coming to take over the every system, and you're here to get them ready. And and like, this guy seems like a terrible villain, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, surprise, I'm really on your side, we need to get ready to fight those dudes. That would be really cool. But anyway, we need to get going, because I got a whole nother show to do where we're going to be talking about San Diego Comic-Con and everything that was announced there. So if you want to hear about that stuff, you can follow us on the 5-star feed. Otherwise, we will see you here next week on Roll for Hero, where we will be doing one of our first feeds for the live Kickstarter and rolling up characters for the Kickstarter. So that's going to be cool. I haven't decided, like, should we leave that one public, or should it be...
I would say let's make that one public, so then that way people are hooked on, and if they want to see more and want to be a part of the actual process of the Roll for Hero comic that we're going to be making, that'll incentivize them to be like, oh, if I can partake in that, yeah. So I believe we should make the first, episode of having to make the character for the Roll for Hero comic public for everyone, so everyone can get a bit of a taste of like, oh, I might like this. I might want to be a part of that.
I might go to GoMrFish.com myself and sign up right now for the low price of as low as $5. Get to take.
So go to the Kickstarter now. Go Mr. Fish Kickstarter to ensure that you'll be able to support the Roll for Hero Handbook, the handbook that'll create a whole new generation of brand new heroes from your imagination and the dice in your hands. If you want to partake in creating the entire comic, being the reason why a dude gets punched in the face, someone gets kicked in the nards, or something else in between, be sure to pop on over to Go Mr. Fish Kickstarter and pledge the $5 necessary to partake in being in this brand new experience.
All righty. Dadpool, where can they find you on social media? Where can they follow you and all that stuff?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm on Instagram under Ghostpool, and I am also on YouTube. That's just Dadpool. What was the number? I forgot the number. I can never remember this part. Probably should have that written down somewhere.
But he is added in the
Dadpool's
comments in the
8652. Dadpool 8652
There you go.
on YouTube, which I need to upload more on there, but gotta catch up.
Yes, you do. And where can they find you, Esteban?
You guys can find me at Ultra Comic on Instagram. So it's going to be Ultra U1 TRA_comic. And I believe that is also the same for the good old Tickety Talk account, which I am totally not checking as of right now, which is also the same on my TikTok. And of course, you guys can find me here at Esteban Career on YouTube. So go check out all the content that I made over there. I know some of y'all love the public domain and the Ultra Value series. I, at some point, am going to hop back onto those as well. Because again, there's a lot of updated stuff. I should probably start checking out a lot of the San Diego Comic-Con panels to be like, hey, maybe I should ride the coattails of that a little bit. But again, also going to keep up with some solo roll stuff, some Ultra Values, Heroes of Gold, the whole shtick, the whole benign there. So can't wait to see what other forms of content I'll be making. Again, it's going to take a while because I've also been focusing on making the Grub #1, which is going to be a combination of the first book that I made and the concept of what I have so far for the second book. There's a lot happening there. So can't wait for all this stuff in the future from happening. Anyways, thank you guys so much for partaking in this episode. Any things that we want to end off with there, Mr. Fish, before we officially end things off here?
No, I'm good to go.
One more thing I forgot.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out to my artist who's helping me right now because she's a better artist than me. She's illustrating my comic, Poltergeist, Far Beyond Strange. Oh, sorry, Far Beyond Normal. And her name is, she's at cookie with 2 E's _Avery on Instagram. She's a up and coming artist. She's very new at the game, but she's very talented. And I think she's going to do big things. So check her out.
I cannot wait to see the finished book, man.
Go check her out.
All right, Esteban, you ready to see us out?
All right, everybody, make sure to follow these 3 simple rules. Make sure to stay awesome, make sure to stay weird, and of course, to keep life to the easiest. And always remember that art inspires all, but you can inspire more. But until then, everybody, stay ultra.
Roll for Hero!
You know, and even if you were to have like a prompt of 10 different things, right? Like say if you had one prompt of like, oh, like here's 10 different personality traits, here's 10 different superpowers, here's 10 different drawbacks.
I like coming up with random list of powers and then just see what I come up with.
Imagine rolling just those things every single time. It's always going